Miss Cat Riley, I just watched your video addressed to me. Now, before I go into my ramblings, let me go ahead and first say to you that I absolutely appreciated that video. Uh, it appeared to be extremely genuine. In fact, I know it was genuine. And what more can I say at this moment other than I really, really appreciated that. Now, my turn to ramble on. So, the year was 2015. That was the year. That's when I met Miss Cat. She was my very first YouTube connection. And I was so proud of that connection. Uh, who would have ever thought I would have been talking to some gal from Canada who could see me, could hear me, and I see and hear her and all that good stuff. And we were developing this lovely little friendship, and I was showing her off to all of my outside real world people because I didn't know any better at that time. YouTube was also new to me. I'm like, look at this fabulous lady. She likes me. She really likes me. She's from Canada. I have friends in Canada. So that was our beginnings. And everything, as far as I was ever concerned, was, how do they say it, hunky-dory? And I do remember the comment that you're referring to. And it was a comment of concern. Now, this was somewhere about 2016, maybe 2017, but I'm going to put it in 2016. And it was a comment of concern. And looking back and now revisiting that moment, I can understand where you might have had some right to feel a certain way about it. And I say that because, not that the words that were in the message, but for the fact that I put that in a public commentary section instead of probably reaching to your inbox at the time and saying, look, girl, here's what I think, da 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 da. And I know it was unsolicited. Of course it was unsolicited. Half the things that come out of my mouth are unsolicited. But it was never intended to hurt you in any way. That is for sure. That was just a lack of judgment on my part. And that's something I wish we would have been able to hammer out in that moment, to be honest with you. But such is life. Things go on. Now, as far as some of the things that have been said about me, a lot of things that have been said about me, I am one of those people that really do try to consider the source. Although I am human, I do have incredible superpowers when it comes to fighting off evil. However, I will say, I was a little surprised back in the day. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I ever do to... Cat has turned on me. Cat has turned on me. And not just, she turned on me, honey. And I didn't know why. And to be honest, in that moment, I didn't even care why. I was just surprised, shocked. But here's the thing. Shame is something that I think we should all carry as long as we need to carry it. And by that I mean, once we realize we're carrying that load of shame, and once we resolve the issues and come to terms with the what's, why's, and how's, in a nutshell, lessons learned, we are allowed to put that shame down. We're allowed to put it down. At that point, we put it down and we move on. And I say that to say to you, don't feel ashamed anymore. Don't even think about it. Because the truth is, I haven't really given that much thought since it was going down. I can honestly say I haven't, and I do not hold this grudge for you, this rage, any of it. It just never resonated with me to that level where I just wanted to retaliate in some vicious, ongoing way. As you know, I typically retaliate with a little sass, a condescending tone, which is really my number one weapon that I prefer to use. It is my weapon of choice. I find that it is most effective. See what just happened there? See, I was getting off track. Just like you, Kat, I was getting off track. I don't know how to stop it. It just happens. My mind just goes on autopilot sometimes. And I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here as a passenger as my mouth is just moving along, syllable by syllable. All I can do for it every once in a while is take a drink of Pepsi. I do want to say I appreciate you, and I took notice of you actually coming on camera, which you didn't have to, but you did, and for your own reasons you wanted to do it so publicly, and I appreciate everything about that. I would have been just as content with just a little message saying, "Hey Mal, I hope there's no hard feelings and we're all good," and move on, and that would have been fine too. But this way, you really pulled out all the stops on this one. So, as for me, normally to respond to such a heartfelt video, I would have also done it on face cam. But there's two things. Once I watched your video, I was a little impatient to respond. So I didn't want to take time to wait till later when I'm cleaned up and presentable. Because most of the day I've been doing some outside work. I've been rearranging the patio and putting together some new patio furniture. So I'm not really feeling comfortable at this point going live on camera. I just look a hot mess. I mean, I've looked. Look, there I go. I'm digressing again. Get it back in order. Nobody cares how you look, Mallory. Nobody. Well, other than some haters, they always seem to care. But hey, Kat doesn't care how you look, Mallory. So rein it in. She doesn't care. All right? Kat does not care how you look. So honestly, with that, I want to say, Kat, please. It is literally water under the bridge for me, and the fact that you come out in a time when there really is so much ugliness being directed my way, and I see that as just conviction, a person with convictions, a person with standards, a person with decency and bravery, because knowing just you speaking up for me in such a way, in a way that so many people haven't heard, you were able to offer some insight on me that not too many people were able to offer. Because the truth is, you've known of me the longest of anybody on YouTube, and that is just the way it is. You were my first, you were my cherry pop, and I am absolutely thrilled that we can continue a friendship and be candid and honest with one another. And I want you to know that you are so welcome, and you've always been welcome around my channel, any one of them. I look forward to seeing you there, and I hope to have you on panels. I hope to see you in the side chats, wherever it is, comment sections, all of it. Because just as you say you used to be excited to see me, come on, I always looked for your commentaries. I always did. What's Kat gonna say? What's Kat got to say? So there you have it. Thank you so much for that video. I really appreciate it. It comes at a time where I could use a little heartwarming, and thank you is all I can say. Thank you, and big hugs, and I love you right on back. Take care.